to the Order of the Flame, a fellowship devoted to tradition and sincerity. I'm Ricardo di Ceglia, and today we explore Class 15, Weight and Grace, the Architecture of the Human Form. Flesh, gravity, and the soul. The human body, more than flesh and bone, is an architecture in motion, a cathedral of breath, held between falling and rising. Every gesture, every turn of the head, is a negotiation between earth and spirit, between weight and grace. The old masters knew this. Michelangelo carved it as prophecy. A standing figure becomes a temple, the bone, columns, the muscles, arches, the posture itself, a prayer. To draw the human form is to balance matter and miracle, the body anchored to the ground, the soul reaching upward. Between the heaviness of being and the lightness of grace, the body becomes the meeting point of design and destiny. The philosophy of weight and grace. Contrapposto, the poise of life. When one leg bears the weight and the other releases it, the body seems to breathe. Balance is never still. It sways, like thought, like time. Weight is truth. It humbles us. Michelangelo's slaves struggle against it. Rembrandt's figures carry it with quiet dignity. A good drawing let gravity speak. And yet, where weight binds, grace redeems. Grace is harmony. It's the arc of motion that defies the body's limits. Raphael's serenity, Rubens' movement, Botticelli's longing. The human body is architecture, the spine a column, the rib cage a dome, the pelvis foundation. To draw the figure is to build a temple of the soul. Every posture tells a story. The bowed back speaks of burden, the lifted chin of courage, the reclining body of surrender. In the end, the body is both the stage and the play, where gravity and grace perform their eternal dialogue. Masters of balance and being, At the National Gallery in London, the story of weight and grace unfolds in every hall. In Leonardo da Vinci's Burlington House cartoon, the Virgin twists to restrain the child, a perfect equilibrium between protection and freedom. Every contour flows around an unseen axis. Anatomy becomes serenity. In Michelangelo's Entombment, unfinished yet complete in grace, figures straying beneath Christ's weight, arms rise as flesh descends. It's the eternal paradox, ascent within descent. In Rubens' Samson and Delilah, the heaviest moment is also the most graceful. Delilah's hand, tender yet treacherous, meet the fallen hero's surrender. Light and shadow dance, mercy withheld. In Velázquez, Christ's in the house of Martha and Mary. Balance is moral, not physical. A servant bends under labor. Beyond her, Christ sits in divine calm. Two worlds, human toil and sacred stillness, united by humility. Artemisia Gentileschi's self-portrait as Saint Catherine is a revelation of strength through poise. Her body twists towards the light, not posed but alive. Her hand steadies the wheel, part martyrdom, part compass. Grace here is earned, not given. In The Village Bride by Gross, domestic virtue becomes geometry. Arms extended, heads bowed, each gesture balanced by restraint. Grace turns ethical. In Combing the Hair by Degas, the body bends not in drama, but tenderness. The spine forms a living arch. Motion and stillness breathe together. Weight here becomes care. From Leonardo's divine geometry to Degas' domestic quiet, the old masters teach us that balance is never still. It's a conversation between the earth and the soul. They do not teach us how to stand, but how to dwell in our own weight with grace. Drawing the architecture of the human. Every artist must begin with the axis, the invisible spine, the column of being. Balance the weight. A believable pose always tilts, never freezes. Gesture before detail, for rhythm precedes anatomy. tension and release. Where one side holds, the other surrenders. This is how life moves. Anchor the feet, for even the soul needs a place to stand. And measure with the heart, for anatomy without empathy is a sculpture without breath. The parable of the wanderer and the peasant. At the edge of a dark forest, a weary wanderer stopped at a peasant's hut and asked for water. The peasant, an old woman whose hands were a map of her labor, invited him in without a word. They shared bread by the fire, and silence stretched between them like an old friendship that needed no memory. After a while the wanderer spoke. "I have traveled the world searching for meaning," he said. "I have seen kings and thieves, cities that glitter, temples that crumble. Yet I still do not know what gives life its weight." The peasant stirred the fire with a twig, sending up sparks that rose like tired angels. "You travel to learn what I live every day," she said. "Weight is what keeps us human. It's the debt we owe to the ground." The wanderer frowned. "And grace?" She looked at the smoke curling towards the rafters. "Grace," she said softly, "is how we carry it." Outside the wind moved through the trees, and their leaves whispered in understanding. When morning came, the wanderer left without a word. He left behind a small drawing made with the charcoal of the night's fire, a portrait of the woman asleep by the hearth. The old peasant woke as he vanished into the trees. She rose, looked at the drawing on the wall, and for a long moment the air around her felt weightless, as if by sharing the burden of her labor she had given a stranger the strength to walk again. That night by the same fire she smiled at the portrait and whispered to the flames. "Even in the weight of my days he saw the grace of my rest." The world remembers neither the wanderer nor the peasant, but the charcoal line between them, drawn in silence, carried by grace. The human body is a bridge between heaven and earth, between stillness and becoming. Its weight teaches humility, its grace teaches transcendence. To draw the body is to build a cathedral of breath and bone, and in its silent architecture the soul learns to stand. In tenebris flamma, in flamma forma.